it might be a little too soon to mention Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts' name in the same sentence as legendary quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. However, he has some records that just might never be broken. He went from struggling to become the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles to becoming the MVP of Super Bowl 59. In the process, he became the fourth black quarterback to win the Super Bowl and the first Eagles quarterback to make it to 2 Super Bowls. On the surface, Hurts' story seems like a smooth ride to the top. However, that's far from the truth. He has had his own share of challenges, and his journey to the top has been quite bumpy. This is the truth about Jalen Hurts. Born on August 7, 1998 in Houston, Texas, to a football coach, Hurts has a certain quality to his game that several folks might be unable to understand. His leg strength is a break from the norm. This special quality is due to the fact that he did more than just play football while in high school. He took part in powerlifting in his sophomore year in high school and became a regional finalist in the 198-kilogram class. At this point, he was squatting 500 pounds, so it only seemed logical for him to try chasing a career in powerlifting, but that would have been of no use as he was already doing well as a football player. Hurts went to Channelview High School in Channelview, Texas, and was a part of this school's football team. Interestingly, this team was coached by his father. This meant that he wasn't good at football merely because he worked hard. Some of his abilities are embedded deep in his genes. While in high school, Hurts was rated a 4-star recruit. This is because his chances of getting drafted into the NFL was more than average. Hurts had quite a time playing football in high school. As a junior, he was named the District 21-6A overall MVP. That's not all. In his senior year, he passed for 2,384 yards with 26 touchdown passes. Additionally, he rushed for 1,391 yards and 25 touchdowns. He was such a special player Texas A&M made attempts to recruit him. Sadly, these attempts were absolutely unsuccessful. He ended up committing to the University of Alabama to play football. Hurts' college career began in Alabama. Interestingly, that wasn't where it ended. He went on to play for a different university, but that wasn't before going through a level of struggle to cement a place with the Alabama Crimson Tide. In his freshman year, Hurts had to compete to be his team's starting quarterback. Sadly, his first game as a freshman saw him sit on the sidelines for quarterback Blake Barnett. It was after a game against the USC Trojans that he got the opportunity to start, and once he became a starter, he never went back to the sidelines that season. As a matter of fact, his start in his second game for the Alabama Crimson Tide made him the first true freshman to start in the quarterback position for this team in more than 3 decades. The last person to do this was Vince Sutton. Hurts had a great freshman season. With head coach Nick Saban at the helm of affairs, he threw for 2,780 yards and 23 touchdowns with 9 interceptions. He had a completion percentage of 62.8%. Although he didn't break or set a record for yards thrown, things were different with rushing yards. He rushed for 954 yards and 13 touchdowns. With this, he broke the school's single-season rushing yard record by a quarterback. He went on to set a record as the first quarterback under head coach Nick Saban to rush for over 11 touchdowns in one season. Hurts had a fantastic freshman season, but things were even better in his sophomore season. He led his team to an 11-1 regular season record. Their only loss in the regular season was to Auburn. After the regular season, he had to sit on the sidelines for freshman Tua Tagovailoa, with the latter helping the Crimson Tide win the national championship. Since Tua had brought something that Hurts didn't seem to have, there were questions about Hurts' place on the team. Many were worried he wasn't going to be a starter anymore, and that was exactly what happened in his junior season. In the first game of the 2018 season, Tua started against Louisville. There were speculations that Hurts was going to come back to the starting position, but that wasn't what happened. By the second game of his junior season, it became obvious that he had lost the starting quarterback position. Although Hurts had officially become a backup, he still had good playing time. The regular season saw him make 10 appearances. Although this could have been better, it wasn't bad for a non-starter. By December 2018, Hurts had completed his BA in Communication and Information Science, and one would have expected him to make an announcement concerning foregoing his senior year for a place in the NFL, but that wasn't what he did. Rather, he made an announcement that he was transferring to the University of Oklahoma. Although he was a graduate transfer, he was qualified to play for the 2019 season. The 2019 season saw Hurts make a lot of impact. He finished second in the Heisman Trophy voting. That's not all. He recorded 3,851 passing yards, 32 passing touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. Additionally, he had 1,298 rushing yards and 20 rushing touchdowns. Since Hurts had a degree of struggle with the Alabama Crimson Tide, his chances of getting into the NFL became slimmer. But everything changed with his move to the University of Oklahoma. This move was an opportunity to redeem himself, and he did just that. Hurts was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft. He was the 53rd overall pick. Now, getting into the NFL was a sign of progress. However, it didn't mean his struggle with sitting on the sidelines was over. You see, upon joining the Eagles, Hurts was a third-string quarterback. He was a backup to Carson Wentz. After almost an entire season of coming in as a replacement, Hurts got his first start in a Week 14 game against the New Orleans Saints. He had to get used to sitting on the sidelines in his rookie season, and he probably wasn't expecting anything to change in his sophomore season. However, everything changed with the arrival of Nick Sirianni as the new head coach. He became a starter for the regular season. In a Week 12 loss to the New York Giants, Hurts injured his ankle, and this kept him on the sidelines for 2 weeks. He returned in Week 15 and went on to finish the season with 3,144 passing yards, 16 passing touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. These are in addition to 139 carries for 784 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. His sophomore season saw him lead every single quarterback in rushing touchdowns and rushing yards. The 2022 season was a great one for Hurts. He was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award after throwing for 152 yards and rushing for 157 yards in a 40-33 defeat of the Green Bay Packers. At the end of the 2022 season, Hurts was named to the Pro Bowl for the first time in his career. He was also named a second-team All-Pro. After the regular season, Hurts led the Eagles to Super Bowl 57. Sadly, they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs 38-35. Although he had a great game, he had a fumble in the second quarter of the game, giving the Chiefs a touchdown in the process. In 2023, Hurts became the highest-paid player in the history of the NFL for 10 days. He put pen to paper for a 5-year contract extension that was worth $255 million. He proved his worth in the 2023 season. After the 2024 regular season, which saw the Eagles enjoy a 10-game winning streak for the first time, Hurts helped his team win Super Bowl 59. Additionally, for his performance in this game, he was named Super Bowl MVP. Hurts is currently in the best form of his life, but will he go on to become as great as Tom Brady, or will he begin experiencing a decline from this point? Only time will tell. If you had a blast watching this, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest crazy content. Drop a comment below and let us know which moment blew your mind the most. Catch you all in the next one.